Hi, folks. Happy Friday. Welcome back to the PagerDuty Twitch channel. I am Mandy Walls, DevOps advocate at PagerDuty. It's Friday. It's time to chill out. We're here for the How To Happy Hour. This week, we're going to be talking about mobile, but we're here every week talking about different stuff about the PagerDuty platform. We're always here on twitch.tv/PagerDuty. We have other shows that run during the week. Monday, Dormain is on with the Unplanned Show. Wednesdays, you'll find Jose Antonio talking about Terraform, and Friday, we're here for the happy hour. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to see, you can reach out to my team. We're community-team@pagerduty.com, or you can always join us on the forums, ask your questions there, chat with other users, and that's at community.pagerduty.com. But now, I'm going to turn it over to Vivek because he's got all the goods on everybody's favorite app, PagerDuty mobile app.
Right. Hi, Mandy. Thanks for having me. And hi, everyone. I'm Vivek, Senior Product Manager at PagerDuty, and I'm here to talk about our amazing mobile applications. Now, before we begin, let's talk about why you need to download our mobile app. Here at PagerDuty, we truly believe that when you're on call, you don't need to be always tethered to your desk. You could be getting coffee, shopping for groceries, or even hiking. Wherever you are, if well configured, you can perform end-to-end incident management just on your mobile app. And not only for responders, if you're a manager, a stakeholder, or an executive, you will have a bird's eye view to be on top of all the issues in your organization. And not just listen to us, all of our best-in-class accounts, as in the accounts that have high, like the best MTTA and MTTR, have about 80% mobile adoption. That means 4 out of 5 people in their org have downloaded the mobile app. So there are benefits to it. Now with that thought, let's begin and take a look at today's agenda.
Great.
All right, here we go. Oops.
There you are. All
yeah.
Right.
We want to begin by talking about like a general overview of the mobile app. I want to take you all through the different screens in the mobile application and what their purposes are and what all you can do within that. Then I want to quickly talk about some of the recently shipped features. As you can see, a small list of items there. These were the features we have shipped over the past 12 months. So definitely want to stress the importance a little bit there. Followed by, I want to simulate, as I mentioned, like all the benefits at the beginning of the call. I want to simulate an end-to-end incident management on the mobile app where you don't have to open your laptop and actually do things there. So let's simulate how that looks like. Followed by some of the upcoming features that I want to share and enhancements that we want to share. And finally, we'll keep some time for questions as well. All right, let's go to our mobile application. Right, here we go. So this is my test account. Some of these incidents are real, some of them are not. But yeah, it's a good view of when you land on when you open the PagerDuty mobile app, this is what you're going to see. Basically, you land on our first screen, which is the home screen. As you can see, the first widget that's shown to you is the open incidents that are assigned to you. Followed by what your schedule looks like, whether you're on call, whether you're not on call, or who else is on call. And obviously, you have incidents going on, so there are some impacted technical services. What are those services? Now you can traverse or navigate the whole application just starting from this home screen. The purpose of this home screen is to give you, as I mentioned earlier, a bird's eye view of what's going on. You can navigate to a particular incident just by clicking on it, or you can view all incidents from here. But we'll revisit home screen later again. Let's see some of the other features in the app. If you go into the incidents, you have, again, 3 options here. The incidents that's assigned to you. As you can see, you have the incident title, some of the basic information that you need without even getting into an incident. You have the priority also mentioned there. And when you switch to My Teams, if you have the Teams access, then these incidents are just happening within your team. And if you're part of a bigger organization where there are multiple teams, then this tab will show you the list of all the incidents that are currently happening in your org. I want to go into the incidents a little deeper, but before that, let's quickly look at what other screens are here. So this is the My Shift screen. You get here to see, where are all the days you're on call. Not only viewing, you can also do an override. So you don't have to open your laptop to ask someone else to take your shift. Let's quickly look what that looks like. So I pressed on a particular day. Let's say this coming Monday, I'm unavailable. I say create an override. And I assign this shift. So as you can see, it's on me because this is my test account. And yeah, here, and you call it an override. You will see that my shift is gone for that particular day. It's assigned to somebody else, basically. So yeah, this is like you can do a lot on your mobile phone, just regarding your shifts as well. Now let's take a look at services. As you can see, it shows you the list of all the services within your team and within the organizations as well. There's, again, a lot more you can do when you go inside the service. You'll see who is on call in that service, the description, what are the impacted things that's happening, change events, as in if somebody pushed something and there's an incident happen, you can correlate, what might have gone wrong. Plus, you can also create a maintenance window. We'll dig into it a little bit deeper when you're talking about the features we shipped in the last 12 months, but while creating maintenance windows, what could happen is that there's an issue going on. So you don't want continuous incidents bothering you. So you can just create a maintenance window so that no new incidents are created on this particular service. Now let's go back to more. Here's where other screens that you can navigate to. You can view escalation policies. Again, since I'm a manager, I have manager access. For this mobile view, I can view other people's escalation policies as well, and what their shifts looks like. I can take a look at all the resolved incidents in here. Again, my team and all incidents. You can see, scroll down. As I mentioned, schedules is something that I can view from here as well, and make overrides here too. Followed by status dashboard. This is an interesting one. This is something our managers, executives, and non-responders are really interested in. And there are some updates coming in here as well, which I'll talk in the later part of the stream. So as you can see here, immediately you get to know what's happening within your org. You can see here 2 business services that are impacted, and within that impacted business services, what are the impacting incidents? You'll get to know also who is the owner of these business services, so that you can contact them and ask them what's going on. But if you truly want to be on top of these things, you could subscribe to these incidents. I just unsubscribed myself, but let me just resubscribe here. Yeah, that way any status updates that happens regarding these incidents, you get to know first. You'll be notified with this, so you don't have to, as I said again, you don't have to open your laptop to view what's happening. If you subscribe and you're well configured, you should be knowing, the updates on your status every part of the way. Now let's look at teams. Yeah, these are all the teams. Again, this is a test account, so I may not have created many teams here, but you can view the list of all your teams, and within the teams, what are all the users and who is on call for that team as well. And finally, list of all the users that you have as well. Now, as you can see, over the last, I want to say on iOS 4 months ago, we reconfigured the whole way the navigation works. The hamburger menu is gone now. This is more modernized look. But the other benefit of having this modernized look is the fact that you can preserve your navigation history, right? So technically services, the first time you land, this is the screen that you see. But let's say you're deep inside something, like this particular service that I want to create a maintenance window for, right? And I have to fill out all this information, which I could, but I need to go back and view the incident details. Let's say, oh, I got this information, all this stuff. When I come back, all of my navigation history is preserved so that I can switch between screens seamlessly and not lose my data. So this is an important feature that our power users love. They like to do a lot with their mobile apps. They want to view multiple screens at the same time and actually perform more than just a paging tool basically. So that's the goal here. And you can, as I mentioned, end up creating a maintenance window, or you could end up discarding it. All right. I hope that wasn't too much. But
Yeah,
let's
that's
talk.
great. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the incident detail screen, the place where you might end up spending most of your time if you're a responder, right? You land on your homepage. You can quickly take a look of all your incidents. Let's say you did get paged. That means you receive a push notification and you tapped on an incident. This is where you generally land. So you are directly taken. You don't have to traverse through multiple screens. You are landed on basically ground zero. Here, as you can see, there's an issue happened with 4th of July promo code is not working. It's a big deal. You can view the details of that particular incident. You can see the description associated with it. And this is something new that came out last week, actually. Yeah, custom fields. So this is, again, one of the most awaited features from our users, one of the most asked features. They want to mention some of the fields that are not available in a PagerDuty incident details. If you want to create your own, as in this particular example, I've created an incident that has critical information for the responder, or if you're a stakeholder too, as in some of the fields that are like, is this business impacting? What's the region? Tags, values provided there. But yeah, timeline. What is the URL that's not working? What is the root cause? So if you're an incident responder, this is like golden nuggets for you to kind of figure out what's happening, right? And any initiated automation actions. We'll go through that in this end-to-end simulation of incident management. You can leave a note that, yes, I am on it, basically, and post a note so that your stakeholders are aware that something has happened here. And you can take a look at the past incidents too. There's also another tab, which is, so this tab helps you in triaging the issue, figuring out what's happening, what's not happening. And if you look at overview, this is where you get to know the Slack channels associated with this, the Zoom bridge associated with this, where are all the communications happening. We'll add all of those incident details here, but this is general in understanding, what's happening and who are all working on this. As you can see, the responders associated with that with it as well. And yeah, you can also view all the incident actions. As I said, it's a Swiss Army knife. You can do multiple things. You're not just viewing your incidents. You can run automation actions. You can run a workflow, and all the lists. I don't want to go one by one because it'll take me forever. But as you can see, multiple things that you could do here. We'll go through a couple of the important ones in the end-to-end simulation. But this is a general gist. I hope you feel educated in terms of like what are the different screens that our mobile app has to offer. Now let's switch to something else. Yeah, Maddie, any questions for me here, or do you want me to talk about something a little bit more?
No, not yet. We'll keep going. If anyone does have any questions, you can put them in the chat and we'll ask them on the stream.
Awesome. Sure, yeah. So let's quickly talk about the recently shipped features. I think I've already spoken a lot about this, but the home screen itself, it's supposed to give you a global view of your team, yourself, and your organization. There are many enhancements that's coming to this home screen, which I'll discuss in the later part of the stream. But yeah, right now we have 3 widgets in here. You can also create new incidents from here too. The next feature, recently shipped feature that I want to talk about is maintenance windows. Actually, yeah. Now let's go ahead and actually create a maintenance window. As you can see here, maintenance window, create it. Yes. And as you can see here, during a maintenance window, all events and alerts sent to this affected services are ignored. So that means you can focus fully on trying to figure out the issue without being disturbed by more and more incoming pages. You can see what's happening. We are aware of this issue. That's why you're creating a maintenance window, let's say. And you can, you can create a custom time where you want to create this maintenance window for, or you can just start off now for the next 15, 30, 60 minutes, or what do you want to do? For intents and purposes, let's just only go for 15 minutes. create maintenance windows. It asks for confirmation, and voila, you have created a window. That means any new incident coming on the service, via our service, they will be ignored. And after 15 minutes, automatically, this window will be removed. Or you could actually manually, if you have set a custom time, you could go ahead and manually end the maintenance window too if you want to. All right, what else do we have? We've already spoken about custom fields and modernized navigation, I feel, so we can just switch to end-to-end incident management. Okay, let's see. Let's simulate a use case where everything is set up as I mentioned, and now you want to actually, create an incident, work on the incident, and then eventually resolve the incident. Let's see. To create a new incident, I just go here. I'll create a test incident for now. Test incident, June 23. I can add description if I want to. I'll just copy this stuff here. If it's actually a real incident, you want to add proper description, just FYI. I don't want to spend too much time here. That's why I'm just copying stuff. All right. I'm selecting a service. As you can see, I can select this service too, but it won't allow me because, again, there is a maintenance window for that. So I'm selecting a different service here, assign to whoever is on call for this. I'll just assign it to myself. I'll set a priority to, let's see, a P3, and end up creating this. And yeah, since I created the incident, assigned it to myself, I auto acknowledge the incident. If this was somebody else, they would get a page, obviously, and when they click on the notification, they would be landed on this incident details screen. All right. So we are in this incident details screen where we are provided with all the information that I've provided. Not much in this case, but at least you're aware what's happening. So I could triage this incident, and I can view all the stuff that's happening to this. Now, as I said, end-to-end incident management, right? And this is the part where we have created incident. Now let's see if you are so well configured that you can resolve this incident. One of the key things that happen as soon as an incident is created is creating communication, letting people know. You obviously don't want to work isolated. You want to let people know. So for that, you don't have to go into different applications. You don't have to go to Zoom. You don't have to go to Slack or MS Teams or whatever you want. You can automate this or configure this on your web and run it from your mobile. So yeah, let's manually trigger a workflow. If you're aware of what a workflow is a set of menial tasks that you want to automate, and which you could trigger them automatically, or you could manually trigger them. In this case, right now, I'm manually triggering them. As I just want to, let's use this workflow. It says business communications, and it has the description. It's going to create a Slack channel, spin up a Zoom conference bridge, and send a status update to involved stakeholders. Now, it does all of this. If this workflow wasn't there, I think it would take about roughly critical 20, 25 minutes of my time, which I could be spending in actually resolving the issue. Now, once I run the workflow, hopefully it works. And this is a simulator, by the way, so things can happen bad. All right, but it did run. There was a success message. And let's see what ended up happening. If I look at the overview, look at this. It has a conference bridge. It has a meeting link. And I'm actually being pinged about this as well as we speak because I'm one of the stakeholders. And you'll see that a status update has been posted here. It says, I posted it, obviously. But yeah, this issue impacts our revenue. We are on this issue, updates to follow. Yeah, you can modify what message you want to send however you want. And let's look at the timeline of all the things that have happened till now. At roughly 1:16, we triggered this incident, assigned it to ourselves, we set the priority, we acknowledged it, and then eventually I did run a workflow. What did the workflow do? Created a dedicated Slack channel. If you look at this, if I open my Slack right now, a new Slack channel will be created. People will be involved. So imagine now, like I'm still working on the incident, but other things are being happened behind the scenes, which you don't have to worry about. And finally, we said incident workflow is completed. Now let's see what other automations we have here. I've let people know that there's an issue going on, but actually I haven't started working on this. For that, if you know what the issue is, and you have already created automation actions to fix those issues, you can start running those. So for this case, again, these are like some of the fake actions that I've created, but behind the scenes, there's a small script that you can configure on your PagerDuty website, which once you run it, hold on one second, it says it's not configured. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, so once I run this action, what's going to eventually happen is this automation is going to run, and whatever the menial task that you've provided in that script is going to be taking place. And eventually, if you have set, as I said, everything correctly, and if the API stop firing, your incident could also be resolving on its own. But for now, since it's a test environment, let's see what has happened. You have run a bunch of automation actions. You have let people know. If you know for sure that that the incident has been resolved, you can go ahead and manually resolve it, and just put up a resolution note what you have done. You can say that you have run a particular automation action, yada yada yada, and hit on resolve. Finally, you could see that the issue has been marked resolved. So I hope this was useful for all you folks in my statement when I said the end-to-end incident management, where, again, when it's well configured, you don't have to open your laptop, and you can actually wrap everything up in your mobile app.
Yeah, super powerful workflow there, 100%.
All right, I'm going to quickly switch towards a final part of our agenda, which is talking about some of the upcoming stuff. All right, let's go back to presenting my slides. Here we go.
Here we are.
So yeah, let's talk about some of the roadmap items that we have here. The first thing that I mentioned is like the home screen, right? Like how powerful it is. It is supposed to give you a bird's eye view of all things that are happening in your organization. But we want to show you things that are important to you, right? So here are the two upcoming enhancements to home screen. One is the addition of a status widget at the top of the screen where, if you're an executive or a manager, as I mentioned, you want to be on top of some of the business services that are critical to you. So you may not be assigned incidents yourself. So you just want to be aware of what's happening in your org. So there's a list of business services that are impacted are shown here in the order of priority, and it also gives you the option to subscribe to them so that any future status updates posted on those business services you get notified by.
Is that similar to like the internal status page on the web UI?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct. The internal status page is brought up to home screen right now. That information is no more buried. This is something we actually heard it from our users. They say that that's an important screen and they want it to be visible the first time they come to the app. But let's say if you're a responder and you don't care about them, what can you do? You can use this functionality, which is upcoming. That is customization. Nice. You can go ahead and remove this widget if that's something that you don't care about. Or there are some new widgets coming up in the pipeline as well, which is not only the incidents assigned to you, but maybe to your team, and maybe throughout the org. As I said, not everybody who uses the mobile app is a responder or who is on call. So you can decide what shows up on your home screen and in what order too. Let's say all you care about is your team's incidents and nothing else, then everything goes away on your home screen and just all incident remains. So this is another feedback that we heard when we first rolled out home screen. They said we want the power to see what widgets, to actually see what widgets we are interested in. So this is again in the pipeline.
Nice. Excellent.
All right. Analytics. If you've used PagerDuty on web, you can see how powerful our analytics is. It helps you understand how your team is performing, how a particular service is performing, and again, obviously, you can drill down into individual level as well. We may not have all dashboards on mobile, but it should give you a bird's eye view of how your org is doing. So this is again, this wireframe is not fully completed yet, so don't fully hold us accountable for this. But this is something in direction we want to go, where we want to provide our non-responders specifically, an idea of what the MTTA, MTTR are, and what if the incidents that are high or critical incidents that are in your team, are they on an uprising? What's happening in there? And plus, you have access to your resolved incident right from the home screen as well.
Nice.
So Slack information in Noble. This is something that I already mentioned. You can. This is upcoming very, very soon, where you can not only view the Slack channel, but also set a new channel as well, specifically. Obviously, you can do that with workflows, but you can specifically do this in the Slack tab as well. This is something our users have been asking a lot as well.
Yeah.
This is a little bit down in the pipeline, but an in-app notification center. You get very important notifications, push notifications for your PagerDuty, but there's no system of records because these are pages, right? So you want a list of all these in the form of feed, so that maybe a week later you want to go back and see what had happened on a particular incident, and you needed a quick access to that particular incident. Then this is your place to go. And it's not only the incident that has happened, but incident updates too. And we would want to give the users the power to actually configure what type of notifications they want to receive as well. So this is just, at this point, just a concept, but the kind of direction we want to be in, so that users have access to almost everything. All right, and that is all that I had to share for mobile. Mandy,
awesome.
I hope our users are educated now on all the powerful things our app can do.
Yeah. If you haven't looked at it recently, or if you've only using the basic functionality, there's a lot of stuff in there now that's super helpful. So, what's your favorite feature on it?
My favorite feature. See, I'm a product manager, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm not working directly on incidents, but what I do love is status dashboard, because I'm subscribed to multiple business services, and if there's a business services that I care about, which is, let's say, revenue generating or something, right, and that has been affected, I get notified. Any kind of status update, so I don't have to manually go and subscribe to incidents one by one. I can just subscribe to one, and any updates that are responders post, I get notified on that. So that way, I'm always in the loop.
Yeah. It's super powerful for folks who aren't always in triage, aren't always in response. There's so much additional information that you can have about the environment, things are going on. Oh, maybe you don't have the time right now to do a big demo for a big customer. There might be something going on. It's nice to know that stuff before you open your laptop and it doesn't work anymore. Yeah.
Exactly. And you can always, as I said, as a manager, you want to actually reach out to people, but now you know that somebody's working on a critical incident, so maybe let's not disturb them. So you're always in the loop with this. Yes.
Always. Yeah, it's so much better to be notified, in the loop, be informed of what's going on across what can be very complex environments for lots of these places. So
exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Awesome. This has been great. There was some stuff in there that I hadn't seen yet. Like you say, I use it a little bit as a responder, but only because I'm an incident commander. We don't have a lot of our own incidents that we're managing. It's mostly that I'm logging in to be an IC. So I only get the top little crumbs of things usually. I haven't gotten a chance to dig down into stuff yet. So looking forward to playing more around with some of these things as they come on board. So this has been great. If anybody has any last minute questions out there in the audience, we'd love to answer them for you. If you have a favorite feature, we'd love to hear about that as well. Do we have any place where folks can give you feedback or anything about what they've found with the app?
Yes, you can email us at support@pagerduty.com. This is where we actually collect feedback. As you can see, I've shared a lot about the upcoming stuff too. So that's in development. If you have any suggestions for us, is there something that you didn't see on our roadmap that you would love to see, feel free to email us.
Yeah, that'd be great. Absolutely. We'd love to hear what folks are doing out there and how they're using things and what can make everything better for them. And The fun one that folks might not know is that you can actually change the color of the icon in your phone, at least on the iPhone, right? Like
You
that's
can.
super helpful for me because I have like this app that manages my plants. That's a
Hmm.
green pea, and I'm like, it's not working for me. So
Something else.
now my PagerDuty is our yellow and blue color scheme instead, so it stands out more. So that
Yes.
makes it more helpful.
I might have not shown you, but yeah, like I think I might have demoed everything in dark mode because I love dark mode. You know, my Slack, my everything is dark mode. But you could, if you are the kind of person who enjoys light mode, then you can actually have that appearance for your app too. You have all you have to do is just go into settings, go into appearances, and select light mode there.
Excellent. And then you'll get distracted by changing all your notification sounds and all that great stuff too. We love that. So,
Yes.
so excellent. Well, this has been awesome. This has been a really great deep dive. Thanks for joining us out there, everybody, today. If you missed this live, we'll be posting it on YouTube. So if you're joining us on YouTube, make sure you're liking and subscribing our channel there. And if you're following us on Twitch, just hang in there. We'll be back next week with more streams and more content from our product managers and other folks around PagerDuty to talk about all the awesome projects and stuff we've got going on. So thanks so much for joining us today.
All right. Thanks, Maddie. Thanks, everyone.
All right. We'll wish everybody an uneventful weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Make sure you never miss a stream. Follow us at PD Community and PagerDuty on twitch.tv. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you'd like to be on our stream, email us at community-team@pagerduty.com so we can feature the cool things you're doing. And don't forget, check out all of our global events on our calendar at pagerduty.com/events.